All right, 34. They're starting to get a little tricky. Mr. Parker is graphing a quadrilateral, which just means a four-sided shape. He wants the quadrilateral to be a trapezoid. Okay, so you have to think about what a trapezoid looks like. He has already graphed vertices at 1, 1, 3, 3, and 5, 3. Which choice is a point that could be the fourth vertex? I got to be honest, this question is pretty tough, especially because they don't even give you a graph, right? So this is 0, 0. We're at, let's just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, this is not exactly perfect, but it is good enough. And I feel like my drawing is probably not too far off from a fifth grader, and I just did that pretty quickly. So you should be able to recreate this, but that would certainly be the best thing to do. But anyway, let's look back at our answer choices. So I just want to show you it's 1, 1, 3, 3, and 5, 3. Okay, so this is the x-axis. This is the y-axis. Okay, and the x always goes first. So horizontal, we're moving this way first. So it is the ones that we have is 1, 1, then so 1, 1, 3, and then 3, okay, and then 5, 3, which would be 5, and then 3, okay, and then it's saying, all right, so let's see, of these question choices, which one would go? It's 1, 3, so 1, and then, okay, so I'm just going to switch it here. So it's 1, so it would be going over this way, and then 3, so it would be here. So that would not make a quadrilateral. That would just make this line and then that, like a line segment, couple line segments. Okay? The next one is 3, 5. So 3 and then 5, so it would be up here. That would also not make a shape of any sort, right? It would just be random dots. Then we have 5, 1, okay? Looks pretty promising. That is a trapezoid, and it is, that would work. Okay, so let's see if we have, if that makes sense. So 5, 1 is looking pretty good right now. And the last one is 5, 5. So let's just pretend this isn't here. And then this does not make a trapezoid either. This doesn't even make a shape. Pretending this is not here. It doesn't like what... It's just... It would make like a triangle, I guess, depending on which ones you are trying to do. Anyway, so the answer would have to be 5, 1, right? Because that's the only one that really makes any sense and makes a trapezoid. So the answer would be C, and really the best thing to do for a question like this is just draw your own coordinates. And I believe they give you graph paper for the EOG, so that makes it super easy to draw coordinates. And just as a little tip, you don't have to make it all scrunched up, because I know that the graph paper has like little tiny squares. You could make, just as a little hint, you could make each of these like 2 squares or 3 squares, if that makes sense, right? So each box here might not have to only be one box on the graph paper. It could be like 2 by 2, right? So in that case, the graph would just be bigger and would be easier to tell what it is. But you could either do it with graph paper or just draw one really quickly on scratch paper. It's not too hard.